What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Willie Does Wrestling, back at it again with a brand new video. Audio only for today because I don't want to turn on my webcam and risk further camera issues. I was going to hold off making this predictions video here today for Forbidden Door, but to be quite honest, the card doesn't seem all too bad if you ask me. So I figured, why the hell not? I'll come on here, I'll make a video, and we are going to give our official predictions for Forbidden Door 2024. Now, I will say, I don't know a lot of the people on this card, so don't expect me to give expert analysis on all of these matches. I'm just going to go off of like my gut. I'm going to go off of who I think will win and just leave it at that, just like every other predictions video here on the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, leave your predictions down in the comments below, as these are just my opinions, and I would love to hear yours. Who do you think will win all of these matches, and which match are you looking forward to the most at Forbidden Door? Let me know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go from the bottom all the way to the top here today. We'll start with the trios match, and we will end with the main event. So that means the first match we're going to give a prediction on is a trios match, a match that became official just tonight on AEW Dynamite. I'm recording this video right as Dynamite ended, which means the first match is the Elite, the Young Bucks, and Kazuchika Okada teaming on to take on the team now known as Scissor Ras, which is the team of the Acclaims, Anthony Bowens, and Max Caster, and New Japan Pro Wrestling president Hiroshi Tanahashi. I think it's absolutely amazing that Hiroshi Tanahashi is on this card. Considering the fact he is the president of New Japan Pro Wrestling, it made sense for him to be on the card. Kind of a weird decision to have him team up with the Acclaimed, but it makes sense considering the fact that he has history with Kazuchika Okada, which was explained on tonight's Dynamite. In terms of who wins, could go either way, in my opinion. But I think it would absolutely be a good visual to have Hiroshi Tanahashi and the Acclaimed win this match. And would also give the Acclaimed a little bit of momentum heading into their inevitable title match against the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, and it would give Hiroshi Tanahashi a good win in this big crossover event. Like personal opinions on the Acclaimed aside, I mean, I think it would be pretty cool to see Scissor Ras win this match, but I wouldn't be mad either if the Elite actually go over in this matchup. But in my personal opinion, the team I feel are getting the win here are going to be Hiroshi Tanahashi and the Acclaimed. We have another trios match for the card that also became official tonight. We have the Learning Trees, Chris Jericho, and Big Bill teaming up with a partner to be determined. It'll probably be revealed either on Rampage, Collision, or hell, even the day of Forbidden Door, which will take on the team of Samoa Joe, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata. Now, listen, man, I know a lot of people don't like the Learning Tree version of Chris Jericho. Honestly, I could care less who the partner is. It's probably going to be a New Japan or CMLL guy. On Dynamite tonight, Jericho tried to recruit Minoru Suzuki into the Learning Tree. Suzuki says, no, I actually challenge you for the FTW Championship. Heaven knows if that's going to be for a future AEW event, if it's going to happen on an episode of Dynamite, or hell, if Jericho versus Suzuki actually replaces this match at Forbidden Door. But I'm going to go off of what the Wikipedia page says right now, which says it's still going to be a trios match. I'm not even going to try to give a prediction as to who the partner for Jericho and Big Bill is going to be. And to be quite honest, regardless of who the partner is, I actually feel that it's going to be the Babyfaces getting the win on this card. I think it's going to be Samoa Joe, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata. I absolutely love this trio of these three men. I would hate to see them lose in this match, and I hope that this team of Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata actually lasts. I actually like seeing these guys on screen, especially Katsuyori Shibata, who's actually starting to grow on me a little bit with the whole Google Translate character. I think it's absolutely great comedy. And Hook, I feel, has great chemistry with Samoa Joe as well. It's a good way for Samoa Joe to be on this card. I feel Babyfaces get the win here. I think Samoa Joe, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata get the win over Jericho, Hook, and whoever the hell the mystery partner ends up being. Then we have a match that's a first round match in the men's Owen Hart Cup tournament. We have Bryan Danielson taking on a man by the name of Shingo Takagi. Now, we got to see Takagi in action here tonight on Dynamite. He was involved in a match against the Blackpool Combat Club to kick off the show. Doesn't seem too bad in the ring, but regardless, I think it would be a little bit, like wrong of me to think Takagi's beating Danielson in the first round of the Owen Hart tournament. Danielson is a heavy favorite to win. He's actually my pick to win regardless if Adam Page returns in the tournament or not. Check out my video on who I think will win the Owen Hart Cup tournaments. My pick for the men's was actually Bryan Danielson. Not saying that the match is going to be bad by any means or that the match is going to be quick. I actually see these guys going over 20 minutes. But yeah, I think it's obvious. Bryan Danielson is going to be getting the win, and he is going to advance in the men's Owen Hart Cup tournament. Then we have MJF facing a man by the name of Hetero. I think I got the name right now, finally, after multiple videos talking about this match. And yeah, I don't see MJF losing in his pay-per-view return match. Weird that he's facing this guy of all people. I mean, it's not like, obviously we're going to see MJF and Hiroshi Tanahashi for the second year in a row, but I'd rather that than this. MJF and Hetero. I have never seen Hetero in a match. I'm not going to be like every TikToker and act like I completely know everybody on this card. You know me. I'm all about being real here on this channel. But, I definitely got my boy Maxwell Jacob Friedman winning this match. He also teased having a potential match with Daniel Garcia at All In. I don't know if that match will actually be official. But, MJF is winning. That's all I got to say about it. Now we go to probably the least predictable match on the card. For the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, we have Jon Moxley defending the title against Tetsuya Naito. And this match could really go either way. The reason why I say that is because you could have Naito dethrone Mox, and Mox can go completely back to being an AEW guy. I mean, he achieved his dream. He won the New Japan, or I should say IWGP World Championship, something he's always wanted to do. I mean, he could just lose the belt here and give it to Naito, or you could have Moxley defeat Naito and continue this run as IWGP champion. But in my opinion, I think Moxley's reign has served its course. He got to win the title. He got to appear on Dynamite a couple of times with the belt. I think you should just have the belt moved permanently to New Japan now, and also have a New Japan guy win a match in this card. I'm going to go on a whim. As much as I love Jon Moxley, one of my favorite professional wrestlers of all time, I'm going to say Tetsuya Naito becomes the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, dethroning Jon Moxley. Next, we have one-on-one action. We have Zack Sabre Jr. versus Orange Cassidy. And obviously, this is probably going to be match of the night. I could see these guys doing amazing spots, doing amazing counters, everything in between. Between these two, I love them both. I don't care who really wins this match, but again, like I said for the last match, I think IWGP New Japan really needs some more points on this card because there is a lot of AEW versus AEW matches, and there's a lot of matches that it's obvious that the AEW guy is going to win, so I think you should just give Zack Sabre Jr. the win here, and it's not like it will take anything away from Orange Cassidy as well. Orange Cassidy is an amazing competitor, can easily come back from this loss, and you could even go so far as to have the Don Callis family cost Orange Cassidy, more specifically Trent Beretta. I know they're trying to move on from the Orange Cassidy storyline with Trent Beretta, but you can still have Don Callis being a little bit jealous that Orange Cassidy rejected the offer to join the Don Callis family. So I think the Don Callis family will actually cost Orange Cassidy here. Or, you could have the rest of TMDK, or you could have the Undisputed Kingdom as well cost them. I think Zack Sabre Jr. gets the win over Orange Cassidy in this match. Then we have a match for the AEW Women's World Championship. Timeless Toni Storm defends against Mina Shirakawa. Mina Shirakawa. I had a hard time pronouncing the last name. Mariah May will be at ringside in support of both participants. And I like that that's a layer in this story. Having Mariah May be torn between her current, mentor, Toni Storm, and her former Stardom tag team partner in Mina Shirakawa. But yeah, I think it's obvious that Toni Storm is going to retain here. But I think after the match, something is going to set Mariah May off that might really lean towards a Mariah May face turn, getting away from Toni Storm. I don't think that it will just lead to a permanent partnership between Mariah May and Mina Shirakawa, but I think it will just lead to what is obviously going to happen at All In, which is going to be Mariah May facing Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship. And there's definitely going to be some long-term booking. Whether or not we get the full turn at Forbidden Door or we just get more and more hints at that turn, I think that after the match, Mariah May is just going to just simply hint that, hey, maybe Mariah May is getting a little bit sick of Toni Storm. She's getting a little bit sick of being second fiddle to the AEW Women's World Champion, and she is obviously going to win the Women's Owen Hart Cup and will go on All In Wembley to challenge Toni Storm. So I think that's just going to lead to the future match. That's inevitable. But yeah, I don't see Mina Shirakawa getting the win here, but I obviously see Toni Storm and still AEW Women's World Champion, but we're going to get more hints at a Mariah May turn in the future. Then we go on to a winner takes all match for both the AEW TBS Championship and New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Championship, as the TBS champion Mercedes Moné takes on the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's champion Stephanie Vacour. And I don't like this. Not taking anything away from Stephanie Vacour. I've heard she's a very good competitor in the ring, but this match is clearly just a Mercedes ego fest. And the reason why I say that is because Mercedes Moné is only a couple of matches in her AEW run, and she's already going to be a double champion. I don't like this at all, in my honest opinion, because Mercedes Moné, she doesn't earn it. You could have had Stephanie defend the title against any other AEW wrestler. You could have had her defend it against Anna Jay for all I care, or Hikaru Shida, or Deonna Purrazzo, or Thunder Rosa to get more women on the card, and you could have had Mercedes Moné take on another New Japan woman, someone else that deserves a moment, and just have them both retain their respective belts. But instead you put this big match together, and Mercedes is clearly going to win. I get it, she was the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Champion before she got injured when she was fully in New Japan before she came to AEW, but she's already the TBS Champion. Why do we need this? Why do we need Mercedes with both belts? It doesn't make Mercedes' stock higher. It just makes people not take Mercedes more seriously because we know how big Mercedes' contract is. We know she probably had a lot of demands, and she's going to be a double champion, and I don't like that at all. It doesn't make Mercedes Moné dominant. It just makes Mercedes Moné look overrated, overpushed, and she doesn't deserve it. But regardless, it's obvious Mercedes Moné is going to get the win, and she is going to hold both the TBS and New Japan Women's Championships. I don't like this at all, and I know the Mercedes stands may or may not come into the comments and get mad at this match, or get mad at my opinions on this match. But I said my piece. I said what I wanted to say. I don't like it. Then we go on to the match I'm actually looking forward to the most out of all these. It is the ladder match for the vacant AEW TNT Championship, as we have Konosuke Takeshita, Mark Briscoe, Jack Perry, Dante Martin, Lio Rush, and one more wrestler to be determined in the ladder match. I don't know who the to be determined guy is. I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually a New Japan or CMLL guy, just to give a little bit of variety, a little bit more, representation into this match. But there's a lot of very talented people in this match. I love the fact that Lio Rush is actually getting more spotlight in AEW. I know that Lio Rush had a little bit of a falling out with AEW years back, but I'm not mad at this at all. Lio Rush deserves to be on this card. If, he and TK, rekindled behind the scenes, I'm all for it. I would really like it if Konosuke Takeshita became the brand new TNT champion at Forbidden Door. But to be quite honest, I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to go with my criticizing glasses on. I'm going to go on my fantasy booking glasses. And I think there's going to be some sort of interference that will help Jack Perry become the brand new TNT champion. I think it will expand the whole elite storyline, have them all dripped in gold. Going to have Jack Perry as TNT champion, Okada as Continental Champion, and the Young Bucks as Tag Team Champions. I think it's going to be obvious. I think the Young Bucks and Okada are going to eliminate the rest of the competition or pay off some more people to cost Jack Perry. And I think Perry is going to become the brand new AEW TNT Champion. Not to get anything wrong, I like this new character of Jack Perry. However, I just think it's obvious it's going to continue the story, and Jack Perry's going to walk out the brand new TNT champion. We'll see how that reign goes. But hey, it might not happen. They might give it to Takeshita or Mark Briscoe, or hell, maybe even Lio Rush. You never know. The to-be determined guy could be Ricochet. We don't know. Then we go on finally to the main event of the evening for the AEW World Championship. We have Swerve Strickland defending the title against the reigning AEW International Champion Will Ospreay. I'm actually shocked that this match is actually happening at Forbidden Door. I thought they were actually going to have this match be at Wembley, but I'm not mad that it's not happening at Wembley because honestly, I'm all for the Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson agenda. I don't know, man. It could go either way. But if I'm Tony Khan, I wouldn't have Swerve have this short of a reign. I would not book Will Ospreay to become the brand new AEW World Champion. I get it. You want your game changers to be dual champions. You're obviously going to have Mercedes Moné be TBS and Strong Champion. Maybe Tony Khan, a little part of him, the wrestling fan part of him, wants him to be both the AEW World and International Champion. However, Swerve Strickland deserves to be in the main event of All In. You shouldn't have Swerve overcome all these odds, get an amazing title win at Dynasty, defeating Samoa Joe, if you're just going to have him be a transitional champion to Will Ospreay. I think Swerve deserves a credible win against a credible guy in Will Ospreay to make his title reign believable. Because we all see the Twitter reactions. Not a lot of people really believe in Swerve. You know, people think he wrestles too much. Oh, he's giving title opportunities to random people. Oh, he's wrestling Kyle Fletcher on Dynamite. He's wrestling Roderick Strong on Dynamite. He's facing Dustin Rhodes. What the fuck's going on? And, you know, again, if you want to protect Will Ospreay because you want to make Ospreay this big, dominant guy that could beat anybody, again, like I said for the Orange Cassidy match, you could have the Don Callis family cost Will Ospreay. Or you could pull some shenanigans. Or you could have Daniel Garcia accidentally cost Ospreay. You could have MJF intentionally cost Ospreay. I'm all for MJF versus Ospreay versus Garcia at All In. That way the match will have a lot more, you know, watchability value. But I'm going to say, you know, this prediction might age like milk. Tony Khan could pull the trigger on Ospreay, but in my opinion, I say Swerve Strickland will and should retain the AEW World Championship and then goes on to face, spoiler alert, the winner of the Men's Owen Hart Cup, Bryan Danielson, for the AEW World Championship at All In Wembley. Well, ladies and gentlemen, those have been my predictions for every single official match, every single confirmed match for AEW X New Japan Pro Wrestling X CMLL Forbidden Door. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said in the intro, leave your predictions down in the comments below for these matches, or just simply tell me which match you're looking forward to the most on this card. I know this video has been a little bit long. I ramble on a lot, and I apologize. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out the rest of the content here on the channel, and follow me on Twitter at WillymYT if you want more opinions from me about shows going on, about news, or clowning some IWC clowns, you know what I mean. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for the support on the recent videos as well. It means the absolute world to me. And yeah, that's about it for me. This has been your boy, Willie Does Wrestling. I will see you in the next video. Be good, people, and peace. Later.